morning. Welcome to Table Talk. We are happy to have you here. Today it's just myself and Shannon. We usually have a trio, but today it's just our little duo.
Yes, and I thought I was just doing like a demonstration. I didn't realize I was doing a table talk.
No,
so.
we got to talk.
I know,
Talk with our
I know.
demos.
I set you up. Sorry.
No, it's good. All is well.
So we have a little bit of new to talk about. And then we're going to get into our focus today is going to be on punch needle. And Shannon is our punch needle expert.
Well, I don't think I'm as much of an expert as you are.
Oh, I think you are.
You've designed a
You
ton
are.
of patterns.
You are. You're just an expert. So let's talk a little bit about, so we have this new quilt
Beautiful.
that Anna made. And this is out of a new collection from Moda. And silly me, I don't remember the name of it.
It is
But
late October.
late
Oh,
October.
that's right. It's
And
beautiful.
I love just the basic look of these. They're not like, they don't scream Halloween.
Right.
They are just so classic, I think.
It's a beautiful line.
Yeah.
I would just put it out all fall.
Yeah, and that's, even though it's that black and orange and stuff, but it's a toned down black.
Right.
It's more, you know,
It's a little subtle.
a little more licorice, more gray to it. So,
Is this part the gray we have?
that is part of the collection.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so we have these kits available in the store. And we have the fat quarters, the fabric collection. We've got pre-cuts. And just a fun collection. Love this quilt.
I do too.
And so Anna just finished this up, and actually she's packaging the kits today.
Oh,
So
come get them hot off the press.
Yes.
She's
So-
pretty fast.
she's quick, yeah.
Yeah.
So you may have heard us talk before, but there was a needlework market that Kathy and I attended virtually. It's a virtual market, which was kind of fun. My first one going to, watching, whatever. it
So
would
what
be
did they
called.
do?
So you would log into the needlework market. It was for shop owners. It was a wholesale market. And you would go to a room of a different designer. You'd click on it, and then you'd be videoing with the designer.
Oh, so were there like more people in the room, or was it just
So
you and the designer?
So we were not on the first day that it was open because Kathy and I were both away and busy. But so we were on I think the last day of market. So I don't know what it was like the first day because that would have been busier.
Right.
But only once when I went into a designer's room was there another person in, and they were just finishing up an order with that designer. So it was really kind of cool.
that would be
It
nice.
was really cool.
And nice to meet the designers too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
So I'd met Teresa Kogut through Garden of Quilts last year.
Mhm.
She was here. But it was fun to just like pop in and you're just like screening back and forth. You know, we've all learned how to do things virtually
Yeah.
because of COVID.
Yeah.
And this worked really well. Anyway,
Yeah. And
So-
you don't have to pay to fly anywhere.
you don't have to pay to fly, I know. But you also have to sleep in your own bed and eat your own food that you cook.
Yeah.
Where it used to be when I'd go to needlework market, it was like go out to dinner,
Right.
you know. But those they
Vacation
have those
too.
still. But
Yeah.
anyway, so Teresa Kogut is has been designing cross stitch for a long time. She also designs some punch needle, which we'll be talking about later. She is a designer of fabric for Riley Blake Designs, and I'm going to show you some of.
I really like this line. It's just
really like
different.
It is.
Halloween, but I really like it.
So the reason I wanted to show you some of the fabric from it is because of these fantastic witches. Okay, so fabulous witches, and she has done these adorable cross stitch designs. Can you see them with the glare of the?
I say this looks just like this
It is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So cute.
And just the cutest witches. And for cat people,
That's adorable.
that's so cute. And she has out a fabulous book.
Love it.
And this book is called Hello Halloween, and it is just full of, and I don't want to show the patterns.
It's still her
themselves.
colors in there.
I'm just going to throw them through so you can see, but there are so many projects in here. Okay, this one, hello, I love this.
It's really cute.
So cute.
Really cute.
Great designs. Her patterns are large and easy to read. Just a great book.
That's what I was going to say. Is like the pattern. It takes up the whole page,
It
and
does.
so it's it's very.
It's really good quality patterns.
Cats.
From small projects to this big sampler that's shown on the
I
front.
like that. That's on the back.
Yeah. So really beautiful.
Really cute.
So that's from Teresa Kogut. This one is called Hello Halloween. We've got, I have to put my glasses on because I'm an old lady. Whimsy Witch. Whimsy Witch's Angry House is that one. This one is Tabby's Halloween, a little tabby cat. And this one is Whimsy Halloween, which is what her fabric collection is. So just fun stuff. So we've got
Really
that.
cute.
That's new from Market. Also new, Hands-On Design.
Those have been very
If
popular.
you're not like into Halloween, but more of an autumn feel, this is called the Autumn Basket. Great little projects for your bowl fillers. You could put them in one of our, I think if I had it, I thought I did. I left. Anyway, one of our little wood bowls would be.
there's one
so
right
cute.
there.
Yeah, this is one of our small ones. I had one of the large wood ones, but
The emerald made us move the table.
yeah,
so
and
we don't
so
know
it's,
where
who
things
knows
are
where
now.
it is. Anyway, but this is not a new one, but this is a really popular one.
It's really cute.
Yeah. And then Heart and Hand, everybody's been waiting for this one. This is Halloween Tiny Town.
Cute.
We are sent this off to Pat to stitch.
And she's so fast.
She's so fast. She'll get this right back to us. But their tiny towns, her tiny towns have been so popular. Comes with the little button and just really a
cute.
great pattern. She also did, this is fabulous, these great bowl fillers. So she's got 3 new little designs. I think this one Kathy is stitching. She took this one home last night.
really cute.
This
Yeah,
Santa.
it is really cute.
And so we'll be having some of these stitched, but they're great. So Heart and Hand was this one. I'm not sure. We got them in yesterday, and I think like yesterday afternoon, and I think we sold 5 of them last night.
I was gonna say, did all the employees pick them up too?
Well, we had customers waiting, and so we called, and then they have this little itty bitty Santa, and he is going to be stitched up. He only finishes 2 inches.
Oh, wow.
I know, so cute.
That is a little tiny Santa.
And he's going in one of Heart and Hand's handmade stoneware bowls.
So cute.
So we've got these in. We've got the little mini one.
So what do you do? Do you just finish it and then you
Yeah,
put it
she
on
has
the
a
top?
tutorial on how to finish it for the lid on your bowl. So we have the mini one, and we now have her popular one, the larger size. These are handmade stoneware. Got the little Heart and Hand stamp on the bottom.
That's cute.
So cute. She's got lots of designs that fit in this one. Our little mini Santa's gonna go in that one. Just fun. So that was a few of the new things from our needlework market.
And all of this is in stock.
All of it's in stock. Yeah.
We do film ahead of time, so hopefully it
Well,
still is.
yeah, hopefully Tiny Town is still in stock.
If it's not, then
It
I'm
will
sure
be
that
within-
Sandy will have reordered it.
Yeah, I will have reordered it.
So we do have Garden of Quilts, and it gets a little busy.
Yeah,
So
so we'll be busy this week.
But speaking of Halloween, can I just make a little disclaimer?
Yeah.
Before we get started on Punch Needle. Because I sew quilts does not mean I sew clothes. I cannot tell you all the people that have called me lately that want help with Halloween costumes. I don't sew clothes.
Yeah.
I sew quilts. I do punch needle. I do cross stitch. I don't do clothes.
Yep.
And what do most clothes have in them?
Zippers.
And do I do a zipper? I do not do a zipper. So my daughter came to me, and she and her friend, they've got a theme for Halloween for their kids, and she wanted me to sew this costume, and I looked on Etsy and I found the little dress, $30. I'm like, I'm paying for it because
I am
$30 is worth my sanity.
I agree.
Also, costume is harder than normal clothes.
I think they
Because
can be.
they are like,
There's
sometimes
a
they
lot
have
of times a lot of
details.
detail in them. Yeah.
Yeah. So her friend, she's like, well, I'm going to make mine and I'll just call your mom. I'm like, no, you will not call her mom.
no.
I don't sew clothes.
I don't hem your pants.
Absolutely
Yeah.
no hemming.
Yeah.
I do not do
It's
any
totally
of that.
different.
And as I've gotten older, I'm a little grouchier.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it.
In your
I want
not
to do what I want to
grouchier,
do.
but you are more confident in saying no.
Yeah.
That like it's okay to say no,
Yeah.
right?
And I had a neighbor call me. She's having a dress made. She says, "Can you come over and take my measurements?" I'm like, I don't even know where I had to Google it
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
She's like, I would, Google it and do it myself. I don't have a tape measure. I'm like, well, I do the best I can, but if it comes out wrong, don't blame me.
Yeah.
We
My worst
appreciate
nightmare.
everybody thinking we're that talented.
There you go. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, don't come to us and ask if we can sew your wedding dress, custom
Oh.
wedding dress.
No,
Can you imagine?
no.
So I went to a lady when I got married, which was 100 years ago, and she made beautiful wedding dresses, and you could rent them. Like she would make it, and then you could rent it.
Yeah.
So we went on this trip to, had the fitting, all this, picked out what I liked. I liked this dress, but I liked this sleeve. I liked, this bodice. And she sewed this dress. And we drove down, it was in Tremont. We drove the day to pick it up, tried on. The sleeves were on backwards. She put the right sleeve on the left and the left sleeve on the right. And it was like, they kind of didn't point the right direction, the little things and stuff.
Right.
And she's like, oh, just a minute. We wait. She goes, undoes them, put them back, puts them back, gets it to me.
There you go.
Perfect. Yeah. It's like, wow. Anyway, rented it, took it back.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me. I'd have been in hysterics if I'd have done that and someone's sleeves were wrong.
I know. And it would have taken me, they would have had to come back to Tremont or go have lunch and come back in a couple hours. Yeah. No,
Anyway.
I'm not a clothes sewer, so. Anyway, so.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention too. We had such a fun Sundown Stitchers group.
Oh, yeah.
It was our first one. We had a full store. It was just really fun. We had snacks and treats. And, I was surprised. I thought more people would come, like as a couple of people together,
Right.
We had a lot of women, just single women, just, one of them coming in, didn't know people that were going to be there. Everyone was so chatty and just getting to know each other and friendly. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And so we did tell the people during Sundown Stitchers, we will not be holding it in October.
Right.
Because if you've been to Pine Needles in October, it can be kind of crazy.
Busy. Yeah.
And the night that we would be holding Sundown Stitchers is Witches Night Out,
Right.
which is really a fun night in the village, but it's also very busy. There would not be room to have the women be relaxing and we're open till 10 that night.
And
So-
you have to pay to park.
And you have to pay to park.
and it's just kind of a mess.
Yeah. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. There will be paid parking on Fridays and Saturdays in the month of October. The company that we contract with at Gardner Village to manage the parking costs have gone up thousands and thousands of dollars this year. So there is an increase in the parking fee. It's $7 a car. We do have a $5 off, I believe it's a $30 purchase in that
You get
flyer.
coupons.
Yeah. And lots of the stores, when you park, you'll get this flyer that has coupons for all the stores.
Right.
So you're able to kind of recoup some of that. But there's also parking across the street at the track station, carpool with friends. Gardner Village, we would love to not have to charge you for parking. It's really not. We're not doing it
To make money.
to make money. We are doing it because with the volume of people that come through, if we weren't managing the parking, having people tell them where to park and such, there would just be no space
Right.
because, people kind of park all
Right.
over and all
Right.
over.
Right.
But we do ask our employees, they park a ways. I always park over at tracks
I usually have my
to
husband
leave.
drop me
Yeah,
off.
we have employees that have people drop them off because we want to leave the spaces for our customers.
Right.
Trust us, we are not doing this to increase our profits.
Well,
It's
not- you
because
don't see any
it's just a
parking money.
necessity.
Right,
No,
right.
it's a necessity to have someone else manage the parking.
Right.
And then there's a community behind us, so it's crowded there already.
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's what's going on in October.
But if you're local
But-
or
Oh, it's
visiting,
fun.
it's so
fun.
much fun.
Yeah,
Lots of
come
fun.
out in October and see. Well, starting September 17th,
Right.
come out and
This
see the witch
weekend.
displays.
And we will start having people. They just come in full costume.
Yeah.
The whole time.
So if you come out to the village and you haven't been here before in October and you see a bunch of witches walking around, they are more likely to be customers
Right.
than employees.
Right.
Because women just dress up and come out and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Not these are not like scary witches.
No,
These
no.
are whimsical, fun.
Right.
You know, we don't encourage people to like wear scream costumes or
No.
skeletons or whatever. It's witches. That's our
Right.
theme. That's our
Right.
the atmosphere is just whimsical, fun witches.
Right,
So
right.
anyway, that's my spiel on witches. Oh, and so back to Sundown Stitchers. Not in October. We are resuming in November, second Friday in November, 6 to 9. Bring a snack to share, or just come, bring a friend, or make a friend, because I think people made lots of friends. So.
And because I watch a lot of FlossTube while I'm sewing, and a lot of people talk about if you need a friend or you kind of stitch alone, that it really is important that you go to a group and just meet more people, because stitchers are they're just nice, and fun, and I like how you said that people didn't have to come with a group of women. That a lot of people came alone, and it's a great way to meet new friends that have the same interests that you have.
Exactly, and we were seeing like just the variety of different things people were stitching on.
Right.
People were like, hey, what's that fabric? Hey, what's, it was just so fun to see. And we had a gal that she'd never cross stitched before.
Oh, and
it
she
was her
came?
first time. She came in and she's like,
nice.
I want to cross stitch. So cute Shauna got her set up. She picked out a pattern she wanted. Shauna got her started, got her going on, stitching, and she'll be coming again. And so you can be anywhere from brand new to, and if it's not cross stitch, could be
You can bring
embroidery.
your punch needle.
Bring your punch needle, bring a quilt that you're binding.
Yeah.
So just come and have fun with some friends. So anyway,
Very nice.
that's my spiel. Now, let's get into what we're here for.
Punch needle, yes.
Okay.
So I have been working on punch needle. So I brought in, this is one that I finished for the store. I've showed it a little bit.
Cute.
Cute little Santa. He's all done, ready to display.
Oh, I love him.
We're ready to,
Can you lay a little?
oh,
Yeah.
Emerald, you just tell me what to do and then I'll do it.
I just want him to see like the feel. Of
Yeah,
it.
that's just, it's.
I'm
got
not a great
such
finisher.
texture.
I am not a great finisher, so don't look too close.
So it's kind of like a rug.
It kind
a
of
loop,
is. It's rug hooking.
Rug.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a miniature scaled down version of rug hooking.
Right.
It's
right.
loops. It's not
Right,
cut
right.
necessarily. Although sometimes you do cut the threads. But people are like, what is that?
Yeah.
They're always, people that have not seen it before, when they come in and see it, they're
Right.
fascinated by
Right.
what is it. And it can seem like it might be hard. Oh my goodness, it's not.
so not.
It's so not.
So, and I just kind of wanted to point out too, this background, I used a Valdani, which is on these little balls, and it has a little variegation to it. So when you do a background, you just have to be a little careful, because if you kind of just go round and round, that's what your background's going to look like.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to go up and down, or do a square, or do a triangle, do a circle, just so that it looks a little different. Like this is a great
so
example.
this isn't a good example because there's a lot of variegation in this thread. This is one color of thread. Okay, but it's a hand-dyed thread. It's either a Weeks Dye Works or Gentle Light. I can't remember which one this one is, but I did not want to get a stripe look.
Right.
And if I had just punched across, I would get kind of a stripe look.
That's
So
okay.
I was
Yeah.
doing little squiggles,
Little
and then
shapes and-
I'd outline that squiggle and continue around, and then because I wanted my sky to have that
That swirled look.
swirled look,
Right.
to it. So
Right.
that's what you're talking about. You don't want that necessarily a
Right,
stripe.
right. So you just have to be a little careful with that. So punch needles have come and gone through the years.
Yes.
I've had all different varieties. I've been using a CTR needle, which we have had, and they no longer make them.
I know, we were so sad. I reached
So-
out to them and I'm like, can I buy these direct from you? Because my suppliers
Yeah.
don't have them anymore.
What happened?
And I hadn't heard any advance, and she's like, I'm sorry, we retired and stopped manufacturing them.
Right. So we kind of had to go to a plan B. So Sandy ordered some new ones in, and so I kind of played with them, and I actually really like this one. So I'm going to just show you what I do. So now I did kind of start this little witch. I did not punch eyes in her face. And before we get to that,
Do
let
you
me
want-
just mention this little stand. You do not have to have this stand. So this stand has got two hoops, so you can do small or you can do larger. It is amazing for punch needle because you want your punch needle to be flat. It's an expensive stand. If you want to just try punch needle, you can absolutely just get the little Susan Bates locking, but it has to be a locking hoop.
You cannot use a wooden hoop.
You cannot
to
use
do
a wooden
punch
hoop
needle.
because it's got to be tight. You want it to kind of be drum-like.
Oh.
So it's got to be really, really tight. And this has got a really nice locking system. And you know, these have that little lip that lock on. Okay, so you've got to have a hoop like that to do it. If you get into punch needle and you really like it, this is a nice investment. We don't have them in the store right now, but Sandy has ordered them in for me. So it is possible for us to get them if you decide that's what you
order a
want.
couple in.
Yeah, just call or email the store. If you I'm the one that answers the emails. If you go to our website, and our website is pineneedlesonline.com, and you send an email, I'm the one that's going to get it. I'm the only one that gets them. So you can send me an email, and we are more than happy to order you these hoops in. They do make it a little easier, I think, because it does just stay flat. So in fact, to be honest, I could not find mine. And I said to my daughter Erica, I'm like, where did my punch needle? Do you know where my punch? And she's like, oh, I borrowed it for my embroidery, for my cross stitch. So she likes it too, because if she has a bigger project, it's just easier to hold. So for cross stitch, so you can use it for punch needle, use it for cross stitch.
And
it's
it
just
comes
a nice
in
thing.
bigger sizes as well.
Right.
You know.
Yep. It comes in
This
different
is like
sizes.
small, the medium, and then there's a large.
Right. So we ordered in this needle, and I pull, right here. It's a clover needle, all right? And we have these in the store, they're $15.95. I always hesitate with new needles because it makes me nervous, because there are some not really great needles out there. You kind of get what you pay for. So, and I don't think this is a horrible
This is a
price
good
at all.
price point.
And it was actually a good needle. I liked it more than I thought I was going to. I was really worried. So
Yeah, we were sad when the CTRs
were.
were gone, because we're like,
now what do we do?
now what do we do? Because that's been our go-to needle.
Right. Okay, so Emerald, I don't know. All right, Sandy and I were just saying we needed a manicure, so don't look too closely at my nails. But so this little punch needle, your punch needle is going to last you like forever. I think the only reason that it would not is if you dropped it and you broke the tip. Then you're not going to have a good punch needle. But I've had punch needles for years and years and years, and they last. So it's okay to invest in a punch needle. It's not like, you know, your other needles where they go dull and you need to throw them away.
Right.
So anyway, so this one comes like this. It's apart in two pieces, and you want to make sure this little lip here, this little loop at the end of this punch needle, is going to line up with the bevel on the needle. Okay, so, and I did put my glasses on. And you put this down in, and this is the nice thing about it too, is some punch needle projects will want you to gauge the size of the punch. So
The depth.
the
right,
depth,
that it's
yes, right. So this one, you don't have to put, like, I've had to stack little rubber things on needles, and I'll show you a different one in just a minute that does that. But this one has got these little marks here, and that is what's going to show you the depth. Now, I don't think that I did this at the right depth. I did what they recommended, which was right there. See how I've just lined this little gold piece here is going to line up on these little lines right here. So I did what they suggested, which is right there on that second one. And then all you do is you want to hold this so that's right. See, mine just flipped. But you want that bevel up and to be kind of matched with this. This is going to be your guide to make sure that your punch needle is facing the right way. And then you're going to, I'm trying not to put my hands in the way. It's easier to do if I'm not showing somebody. Then you're going to just screw this on and tighten it. And see, this is pretty good. I've got it right there, okay? Now this is your threader. This one is not my favorite one to thread, but it's okay because it's a really smooth punch, so I'm gonna forgive it. When you cut your floss for punch needle, you can make them longer than you do for cross stitch.
Yeah,
because it does take a lot of thread to do punch needle, but it doesn't get tangled like you necessarily do with a cross stitch or embroidery. So you're just gonna kind of stick this through the needle threader, and then you pull it.
You use 2 floss.
Okay, so I read my pattern. This is Sandy's design. It's called Wacky Witch.
And this is the finished.
That's the finish. So this is Sandy's design, and in the design, she has done all these small things, the witch and the stars and the little pumpkin. She's done it all with 2 threads. Her background, she's used 3 because it's more to fill. So she's got some pretty small pieces, which is why I'm thinking she probably decided to use 2 floss. See her legs, that's just a little tiny thing. So when I did her legs, I actually punched a little bit closer so you'd be able to see it. If you have a little more space between the legs, then you're not going to see it as well. So that's, and you know what? It's so easy to take out that if you don't like it, you can take it out and do it again. Okay, so now you have to take the thread out of this threader. Then you have to put the threader through the eye, kind of here in the back. And then you have to put your thread in your threader again. Oops. And then you pull it through the eye. If you think you've threaded your needle and you're punching along and nothing's happening, make sure you've got threaded through the eye. That thread has got to go through the eye, or you're not going to get anything when you punch. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this a little bit. I like to leave just a little bit of a tail, and this is going to be my guide. So punch needle, like I said, this has got to be tight. You just pull it as tight as you possibly can. This is a weaver's cloth, is what we're punching on, and I think that's pretty much all I punched on. I've had a neighbor that had a new little grandbaby, and she wanted to punch on a onesie, so she did put some sort of a lining in the back just to make sure it was a little stiffer, and then she punched it, and it was really cute. Anyway, so you do small things first. So I have already outlined her hair because was just a one. You're just doing 1 row, and I did the little handle, and then I did, her arms and legs and face. So this is going to be this little collar here. So when you do punch needle, you start the back, and you want your thread. Oh, guess what? I just unthreaded my needle. You always want to start at the back.
Do you have to?
And you move towards the front.
No, you don't knot it.
You don't knot it.
There's no knots.
Definitely don't want knots.
Yeah, no knots. That if you do try to punch and there's a knot in your floss, you can just really, really mess up your punch needle, and sometimes you just can't ever even get that knot back out. So you definitely do not want any knots in it, and it's just going to stay. Because again, it's just kind of like rug hooking. But your thread you always want your thread at the back of your needle. The back of your project, because then it'll I should mention too, as I'm threading this, do not just pull the thread right back out, or you're going to ruin your threaders. I always kind of make sure that I kind of pull it down before I pull it out, so it doesn't.
If you just tug on it, you're distorting or breaking that thin threader.
Okay, so now I'm going to just hold this so I don't unthread it again. I'm just going to put that over to that side, and I'm going to work on this little collar, and I'm just going to kind of outline. This is a DMC, so you're not. Can you see it? Okay, Emerald, if I'm right here.
We need to angle it.
This is a DMC, so I'm not worried about how I'm punching it. And you're going to go inside the lines on her hair and on this little handle on the pumpkin. I punched right on the line because it was a single line, but now I'm going to go right inside, and I just go all the way down. That's what's going to give you the depth on the other side. And then when you come back up, you just kind of drag it across. You don't want
to pull it up off the fabric.
Right.
You're just barely coming out of the fabric.
Right. So I'm keeping this towards me. And when I turn, I am not turning my needle, I'm turning my hoop. And I'm making sure my thread is where I want it to be.
Kind of cannot see. Is this the right?
Let's see if I can. Okay, I'm going to hold it here at this angle so they can see.
And then I'm just going to kind of go along the inside of this little line. And again, just don't go all the way out. And now I'm going to turn it. So I'm turning my hoop. And then I'm just going to drag it again. My needle you just kind of drag it right across the top. When I did the little hair, because I wanted it to stand out, I didn't drag my needle very far.
Like you were going like probably over a thread of that fabric.
Right, because I was trying to make sure that you could see it when you're done. So this one I would just kind of go round and round. You want a little space between. You can add punches later I totally did that on the Santa one. There was that star. There were a couple places that I just didn't think were filled in well enough, and I just went back in and added a couple more punches, and then I was happy with it. So that's probably all I would do on this. And I hold my thread with my nail, and then I can just cut it.
Oh.
And I'll just cut my tail. And that's it. So now let me tell you about this. Like I said, I did where they suggested when I screwed this in. I actually think it's a longer loop than what I want. But if it's consistent, I'm just going to leave it. Because see, the loops are just a little bit taller than what I want. If you notice here on her hair, the thread has ended. And I usually do this kind of at the end. But you can just take this little end and just trim it so that it's the same depth. And when I get that background in, you're not even going to notice that there was a little tail there. And if you punch too close, sometimes you'll pull these loops and they'll pull out. I don't stress it. No. After I do that area, then you can just trim so that it's right flush with the top, and it just makes it so that it's fine.
Yeah, it's very forgiving.
Very forgiving. So if I was going along and, working on the other side of this collar, and let's say I just, I went over here, all you have to do is pull, and it comes right out. That's it. When I pulled this out, because I thought it was really cute. My daughter had started it. I wasn't really thrilled with the way she'd punched. So I just kind of cut a loop and pulled, and it just all came out. Yeah. So it's not a difficult thing at all. So that's kind of a 3-hole punch or a 3-punch. So, this needle, you can use 1, 2, or 3 strands. This is a 3-strand needle. So you can do any of those. If you want to do 4, 5, or 6 strands, then you'll need a 6-strand needle. Now this is a project I'm working on for the store. And this is a 6-strand project. It takes a ton of floss for this. So one kind of going around here, I didn't even get all the way around here. That was probably 1.5 skeins of this 919 DMC. So it takes a lot. It does this, but it, looking at it, it's a bigger project. If you look at the witch and the pumpkin, it's a bigger project. So it is going to take some more. This one also wanted you to make your depths different. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a definite difference between the face on the pumpkin.
Oh, you can see from the side, yeah.
And so the directions told you what they wanted the depth to be. You can't really see, but see there's like a definition in here of the pumpkin. This is a project that's supposed to kind of get stuffed, so I'm kind of hoping that when it gets rounded, you'll be able to see that a little bit better. And if not, I might have to kind of redo some of that area. But I see, again, I've got a little tail sticking out here, but I'm not worried about it because when I'm done, I'll just kind of go through and trim and make sure that everything is the way I want it. So we have these CTR, this is a CTR 6 punch needle, and we actually have the CTR 6 punch needles in stock. They're just a little bit different. So this is the 6 strand punch needle that we have, and they are, see, these are $24.75. So these are more.
I also have, that I ordered in, this set.
Oh,
Now this has 3 different needles
oh, it does.
in it.
1, 3, and 6, I'm
1,
guessing.
3, and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So this one, I've had to kind of fiddle with the gauges. So, you know, I showed you the gauges on the other punch needle. So this gauge is just a little different. So what you have to do if you want a shorter depth or taller one is you have to put these little rubber things on. See how they just kind of separate? So, you know, I've just kind of cut it, and you measure right here from where the hole is down, and that's in inches, and that's where you know you want your gauge. So you measure where that hole down. So this one is actually a little quicker to thread. And because it's 6 strands, you do not have to separate this. So when I have been doing this one, I just pull part of this out, and it does kind of get caught, so you have to kind of play with it. But I just leave it all, I don't cut it because there's no reason to. And then, oh, first I have to get this in here. So this one you're going to, the same way, go through the tip. And then you're gonna, this is an older threader, you can tell because it's just bent a little bit more, it's been used a little more. You're gonna pull it, and then this one you don't have to unthread it and rethread it, you just take it right through the eye. So they all thread differently. They all have really, really good instructions on how to thread your needle, so, you know, don't worry too much that you have to remember exactly how to do this. And then, again, I'll just kind of bring that up. It's very important that these are tight. That is probably wouldn't you say, one of the biggest things?
That it's
tight and level. So this one, it's going to be a little harder to show you because it's not in this handy dandy. So I just kind of, you know, lean it against my chest and.
Let's see, I'm just trying to get it centered here. Okay.
Are you good?
Yep.
And then you're just gonna, this is kind of right where I left off. So I'm just gonna stick it in there, same thing. I'm going just around these dotted lines because inside the dotted lines is a different color. Again, I'm just kind of dragging it. This one, you don't have to have them super close together because it's thick, and it's not, you know, just a single line. So turning my hoop, this one has got this is how you tell that you're the right way. It's got an indicator there to let you know. They're all just a little different. I have some that don't have any indicator. You just want to make sure that your bevel, when you pull out, is where it needs to be. And it's nice because you pretty much thread the needle one time and then you just keep going. Okay.
Awesome.
If I wanted a little variegation, I love these little balls of Valdani. This one, if that little witch that I was doing, this little pumpkin, this is the color of her pumpkin. If I wanted to use the Valdani, this is pretty close. This is going to give you a little variegation in it, and
you're only gonna have to thread it
you just thread it.
as it comes off this ball.
I don't use it on this because this counts as 3 strands. So this is a 3-strand floss. So since this is a 6, I wouldn't use it on this one. So that's what I would do. Does that make sense? Yep. Did I hit all the finer points?
I think so.
So maybe we can switch and we can show you different ways to finish punch needle and some of the good things you can do.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Sandy and I were just saying that the one thing too that we like about this is I just think that this is an easier to hold punch needle. This one, just pull this out. It's a lot thinner, and my hand does sometimes have cramp up a little bit when I'm using this and I need to take a break. But this one, it just is pretty smooth. So yeah, not bad at all. So
And a good price point. So.
yeah, really good price point.
Because sometimes,
Good place to start if you want to just start trying.
because this is a great, yeah.
Right.
Do they make a 6-strand one as well?
I believe that I can order separate needle. Just the
Oh,
needle
that
part.
puts
I
into
believe
there.
when I ordered these, they were out of them, but I'll have to do some research into that.
Yeah. So we just wanted to talk a little bit
Most
on.
often, this is what you'll use.
Right.
But yeah, that 6-strand is fun, and
Oh, just a little different.
so I'll have to look at see if I can get just
Yeah.
the 6-strand needle.
So we just wanted to talk a little bit about different ways you can finish, and we kind of ruined the display because we were trying to show. So this is just this is just a basic, plaque that was painted black, and then I just kind of glued it on. I actually have this in my little bowl, like Sandy was showing earlier. I have kind of a bigger bowl. I have this in it, and then I have this little guy in it, and he actually lost an arm.
And
have
we
to fix
don't
him.
know the
I don't know the
designer,
pattern
but
for
we
that.
love this so much.
I know.
So
I'll
we're
have
going
to
to be
see if I
looking,
can
but-
find it. But yeah, so he's really cute. He just has little shoes, but he's really cute. So perfect bowl filler. He looks great in my little bowl.
Yeah.
Let me see the back a little bit.
You want to see the back?
The back's just the.
Oh, you just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a cotton.
Yeah.
Just something that makes it look old. This one is really cute. My neighbor made this for me. Just put him on a little dowel on a little piece of wood. So this one, if you want to see, this is how you can kind of tell how she finished it. So she, stuffed him and put it in here, and then she just took a little piece of wool and glued it shut to hold it. I'm guessing this little heart, she
Probably
might
where
have
she
had that where
stuffed it.
she stuffed it and then just put that little heart over it to close it. So he's a really cute little owl. He's sitting out on my buffet table, my entryway right now. This was just a little wooden fence that I had, and I just thought these little ghosts were just so cute, sitting on this little wooden fence. So, I mean, you don't have to put it in a frame.
Right.
There's different things you could do. When I was kind of going through my stuff, I had this finished. This is Sandy's pattern, so you can get this pattern. But I think you could even just do the pumpkin.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the background, and then you could stuff him if you wanted, and he could be a bull filler.
Show them the back of that so they can see. So this is what you're always working on the back side,
Right.
and when you turn it over,
That's what it looks
That's
like.
the
I
back.
like the back side as well.
You want a little bit of space. And to be honest with you, I did not do this one. Sandy gave me the bucket of punch needle. I've taught at several classes here at the store, and this was completely finished in the bucket. So it's probably one that Sandy finished, but then never did anything with it. So
But I think it's good to be able to show them the back.
It is.
And I tend to punch. My loops are super short. Can you see?
yeah, hers are very short.
And because they're short, there's not much space in between my rows of stitching
Right.
because it takes a lot of, but that's just a personal preference that I like that short pile.
Okay, this is the same one over here in the frame.
It's a
and
longer
he's-
pile.
He's not punched short.
So it just looks different.
Right.
And
it's-
actually, this
it's-
one may have been punched by my sister Sherry.
So it's total, like we said, totally
Can see
personal
from the
preference.
Yeah.
You can do it however you want.
Now, I was going to show, I didn't bring it down.
So these designs over here are Sandy's designs. These are all designs that can be ordered.
And we have like
Is it called
Jack Stack. This one is Jack Stack, and you can see on this one I added some little buttons. This one doesn't have the little buttons. So it's just kind of whatever.
The Wacky Witch, I think like in the Santa, I had punched his eye first, but the Wacky Witch, she does not have an eye punched because Sandy had that as just a little bead. The eye is a little bead, and then the little buttons on her are a bead also.
Yeah. So,
And
they're
then,
just,
do you know the name of this one? I have a couple more of hers. They're just little. These are just small, simple ones. This is just a spring one,
Oh.
Leap of Spring. I think this one's really cute. This one is just a star block, but this would be so cute punched and like stuffed and put in a bowl. Would be a great bowl filler.
Yeah.
Really, really cute. So
Okay.
lots of options. You don't have to do everything
have
in
to frame
frame.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I am in love.
He is really cute. He's really,
I'm going to be
cute.
doing some research. So.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can figure out what this one was.
You have some questions for us, Emerald?
I do. And then
Oh.
can you show a little bit of
And
what?
we have a giveaway too.
Yeah.
Love the
So
giveaways.
we have a giveaway. So we have a question for you. Do we want to do that question now?
Yes.
So answer in the comments this question. We are giving away a punch needle. So the question is, have you ever tried punch needle? If you have, did you like it? Do you want to do it? Do you not want to try it? Just give us a comment. Have you tried it? Do you want to try it? Do you not want to try it?
And why not?
And why not?
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Anyway.
And if there's enough interest, if you know you
Yeah.
and
After October.
and yeah, after October, if you want to come in and do
A little class, we could do that.
well, just the
Or
Sundown Stitchers, we
Sundown
could be
Stitchers,
here
that
to
would be
just
fun.
kind of help
Yeah.
you get started. We're happy
Yeah.
to do that.
And we have weaver's cloth on the bolt. You can design your own projects. You can find clip art that you could trace on and
Because you're basically painting on a fabric.
Right, and they're
but
very,
just
very
painting with thread.
basic. It's a very basic drawing. It's not anything that's in a ton of detail. I mean, you can get some that are a little
Yeah.
more detailed.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
so fun. And this one's going to be so cool when it's finished. up.
Yes. So
This
yeah,
one. Wait for this six strand pumpkin. He's going to be
he's gonna be cute.
super cute.
He's gonna be
So,
really cute.
Because he makes a little bag and has stuff sticking out.
Yeah,
So, did you have any other questions for us, Emerald?
No.
No?
I think
So
that's
the
Okay.
winner from last time.
Oh, winner from last time.
I usually draw and then I usually put them in the video because
Okay.
I wait until the Monday so they have enough
Okay.
time.
Okay.
All right.
So,
So,
yeah, watch for-
congratulations to our winner.
And also remember that you have to be 18 or older to enter.
That's right. Must be 18 or older to enter.
Yes.
But post us a comment on the YouTube video. We'll give away
Yeah.
a punch needle for you.
And then if you just want to try, this is a good giveaway for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to give it a try. So thank you for joining us for Table Talk, and we will see you next week.